I was lost in my head, looked around, there was no one there. I got out to breathe the fresh air. And then I asked you to some artist or somebody you want to bring up in this discussion, and that was Suzanne Vega.
I was introduced to Suzanne Vega, her music, that is, way back in 1985 in Venice during the carnival. It was snowing, and I was there doing a projection screening in Piazza Ducale with a team of other people doing some artistic work being projected on the old churches inside the main plaza. And I was working with this one guy who gave me a cassette tape.
Yeah.
Not an MB3. Yeah. But, and I happened to have a Walkman with me because I had my cassette tapes with me, you know. And he said, "Have you heard of Suzanne Vega?" I said, "No, who's that?" "Well, she's from New York, and she has a real special sound." And so he lent me the tape, and we ate dinner that night. I went to bed, woke up. It had just snowed. It was very quiet in Venice, Italy. You know,
yeah.
It was perfectly silent. I kind of just put my headphones on, slipped in the tape on my little Walkman. I cried.
What year was this? It was
close to 19. It was the February of 1986. That was during the carnival, the Carnivale, they call it. It still makes me cry just thinking about that moment, because her debut album, it's called Suzanne Vega, it is my favorite. It just opened my eyes. Poetically speaking, her words are beautiful. Just her delicate voice, guitar, great musicians behind her. I ended up seeing her 5 times in Italy. I went to every concert she did, followed her, and finally, in the year 2000, I went to New York as an assistant film editor for a film called Titus Andronicus by Julie Taymor. And the post-production was in New York. And Suzanne Vega was there at a book signing. She wrote a book of her stories, her life, poetry. And I went, stood in line, bought the book, and I got to see her face to face. And she said, "Hello, so what's your name?" And I said, "Ed." I said, "I've been following you for over 10 years. You know, I fell in love with your music, your poetry, and just want to say thank you." So she wrote a dedication in the book, and I took it. I held it up close to me, and I just started crying again, you know, just saying, God, just meeting a mind that creates poetry, and actually being able to speak with them, not for very long, but, you know, I told her the cities where I saw her in Italy, and she goes, "Oh, interesting." So I was.
Where in what album? Sorry, I'm certainly familiar with Suzanne Vega, but for me
it's her first album that is the most poignant for me.
Yeah.
And the second album is extremely good as well, called Solitude Standing. But the first one was just Suzanne Vega, and it has
Which
the
one
song,
has a song called Luca?
That's Solitude Standing. Yeah, that's the second album after her debut album.
Okay, I have to look out the first one.
Yeah, the first album's more acoustic oriented. You know, it has a very raw feel to it, but it's still, you know, with the band. And then the Solitude Standing became even more produced, like, you know, she's on her way sort of thing. She wrote the song Luca and became a hit. But probably the most famous song from the first album is Marlena on the Wall. Cracking, Freeze Tag, or other songs that are just beautiful. And she's very important to me, musically speaking. I listen to all kinds of music. I mean, I listen to classical music, jazz, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm all over the place. But that particular moment in my life, it just was hit the right tone and frequency in my life. I just wanted something that would make me feel just like I was in tune with my feelings and how she was giving me that opportunity.
Yeah. That's really precious.
Yeah.
That's really precious. That's as an artist, well, stand-up comedian or theater.
Yeah.
That's the main goal, to touch people. That's what I'm dreaming of.
Yeah, I'm sure you get moved and are very delighted when someone, you know, compliments you on a performance or something of that nature. And you put hard work into making it happen, you know, and there's not much you can do. You're live, you know.
That's the
most
hardest.
Of the time.
That's really hard in this pandemic that you don't. That was taken away from me.
Yeah. The events, the musical events, live performances and things like that. I mean, they kind of just disappeared. Yeah.
I gotta get out.